sewing and quilting YouTuber, and it has been an incredible day all around for so many reasons. Um, I announced yesterday, was it yesterday? I don't even remember. I think it was yesterday, on social media that when I hit 90,000 subscribers here on YouTube, that I was going to make a big announcement. And I've had this in the works for a little while. It's a plan. I had this crazy idea. I ran it by my husband to make sure he was totally on board with it as well, because it would involve a little bit of travel. And he was, of course, completely on board. But hey, Annette. Hey. So I thought it would be the most fun to do this 90K announcement live, and tell you about my crazy plan that I think y'all will love. So I'm here in Houston. I live in San Diego, but I'm in Houston right now at Quilt Market. Hey, Amy. Hey, Marcia. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Donna. Good to see everyone. Hi, Robin. Hi, so Francie. So I'm here in Houston at Quilt Market. To the first day, the official first day of the show is tomorrow, but today is kind of like a preview of the show. They do something called Schoolhouse, where it's a bunch of like mini presentations back to back. They're all like either 15 or 30-minute presentations. So I did 2 presentations today. I did one on the book. One on the book, which included the ruler and the new patterns, which all you got to see this morning here on the YouTube channel. And then I did another one about quilt trading cards and doing quilt trading cards with shops, and talking about some upcoming plans for the quilt trading cards. So the shops that were there actually know what's coming next for quilt trading cards, which I have not shared publicly anywhere. So if you have a shop who is in that room, they're in the know. And otherwise, in about 2 months, hopefully I'll be able to announce what's next with quilt trading cards. I just saw Donna's comment. She says, we love crazy. That's good, because I have this crazy idea. So we hit 90,000 subscribers here on the YouTube channel this morning. While I was at breakfast, basically, this morning, I refreshed and it was at like 90,011, which was, it was really cool. It was really cool to get to do that here. I share things sometimes in my Instagram stories, and I was over on there and asked people, like, so I said I had an announcement that I was going to make at 90K, and asked folks to guess what it was. And one friend said, everybody gets a free kitten, which sorry, my roommates are here listening as well, and they're like cracking up at me. So I think that's a really cool thing. So if you need a kitten in your life and you need to say, Caroline hit 90K and she said that everybody gets a free kitten, so I'm going to go to my local shelter or rescue and pick up a kitten. I fully support this idea. And I will, I suppose, field emails from frustrated family members that you got a kitten. That's fine. I can live with that. Like, we can go rescue some kittens. So if that's what you wanted the 90K announcement to be, that you get a kitten and you get a kitten and you get a kitten, then get yourself a kitten. And I had another friend who guessed that 90K was cake, because when my friend Stacy, who's actually here in the room with me, when Stacy hit 100K, it was when we were all together at H&H. And I got her cake because, of course, like 100K is cake. You guys go say, yes, say hello. So 100K is cake. Here's Stacy. Stacy's now like, I don't know, like 150,000 or something. No, I'm not. She's just running away with it. She's doing amazing. We're so proud of her.
So exciting.
Yes. I'm not on the Wi-Fi. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to do an announcement video and it keeps disconnecting. I'm trying to do an announcement video and it keeps disconnecting the internet, which is not okay. But anyway, okay. So it's not. I mean, it can be kittens. Like your personal, you can be kittens. It's not cake, because cake is 100. We do cake at 100K. So here's the announcement. I've put the link in the description. After this video is done, I'm going to grab that link and make it a pinned comment on this video. So anyone who wasn't able to watch it live and is watching this video later will be able to go to the pinned comment and find the link, but there is a link down in the description. If you are a current subscriber, fill out that form. If you have not yet subscribed, subscribe and then fill out that form. It's going to ask for very little bits of information from you. I'm going to ask your name, I'm going to ask your email address, and I'm going to ask your favorite local quilt shop. And that third one, I mean, the first two are important, but the third one is also very, very important. And here's why. Because when I hit 100K, I want to be able to celebrate with some fun people. And so when I hit 100K, I'm going to go into that form because Google and YouTube don't have an easy way for me to actually pull from current subscribers. So I'm going to use that form as the subscribers that I pull from, and we will verify that the person who's picked, that they actually are a subscriber. So make sure you're actually a subscriber. So we will pull from that form, and then I will contact the shop that they've identified as their favorite local quilt shop. And I will arrange at my cost to go to that shop and host some kind of event. I'll work on it with the shop. Now, if that shop is not amenable because for whatever reason they don't want to, whatever, we will figure out something else in the vicinity to do. But that means that I don't generally go out to quilt shops. There's only so many hours in a day and there's only so many days in a year. And I already travel a lot already. So going out to individual quilt shops, I just don't have the bandwidth to do that. So this is a way that you can get me to come to your local quilt shop for free. And I know, especially since we did see someone from Australia on here, that there are people going to be asking, what if it's like in Australia? Like, what if it's an Australian subscriber that gets picked and it's an Australian quilt shop? Mm-hmm. That would be amazing. Like, I kind of really want it to be like, I want to go to Australia. I really seriously have it on my bucket list to go to Australia. And if this can be like the business expense reason that I get to go to Australia, that's incredible. I mean, if I get to go to Oregon, Washington, Oklahoma, like wherever it ends up being, that's where it needs to be. That's obviously where I was supposed to go to celebrate and have a big party. So like wherever it is in the world, I have valid passports. So like have fabric, we'll travel. Let's have a good time. So, sorry, I see folks saying road trip. Oh, this is the quilt jacket that I made for when I went to YouTube. I threw it in my suitcase because it's a little bit smaller than my regular quilt coat and it's a little chilly in the room, but it gets warm at night. So we want it. And I'm right by the air vent here on the side of the room. So let's see. What are people? So Francis is exactly what I was thinking. Loving this idea. Yeah, it's a loaded, like the question of your favorite. Yeah, you have to pick one. So just like pick one. This sounds like so much fun. Maybe we should all show up. I mean, that's like, we'll have to arrange that with the quilt shop. We don't want to break any fire codes. That would be awful. Gina says I should come to Illinois. I'll take you to see Lincoln and you can rub his nose for good luck. That's fun. Sandra says, Carolina, you are wonderful, generous in every way. I hope you feel our gratitude and love. I do. I really do. You're a super person. I wonder, when do you sleep? My roommates wonder this as well. My roommates here at this event. God bless you, your family, and your incredible team. Thank you. I am really blessed to get to do what I do. I am going to, as soon as I hop off this live, wash off whatever makeup is still left on my face from the day, throw on some jammies, and crawl under the covers because I am tired. It has been a really, really incredible week. Ms. JB, I'm here for market, but I won't be here for festival. Not this year. Right. Yeah. At this point, yeah, not this year. We'll see about it in the future. It's a lot to do market and festival back to back. Donna says, now I need to find the forum. This will be so much fun. Yep. So the other cool thing about this is that now you can go to your local quilt shops and you can say that I'm offering to come to a quilt shop for free once I hit 100,000 subscribers. So if shops want to, like, you know, game the system by putting letting their their customers, I can't English right now. But if they let all their customers know, hey, subscribe to this YouTube channel, fill out this form, and we'll have a bunch of entries and then a better chance. Like, we will be going through and pulling out duplicates. So don't try to do that. But yeah. So don't be that person. Yes. No cheating. I really don't no cheating. Absolutely no cheating. Oh, Stacy, there's hi from another Stacy. I was chatting to hubby. I got my readers on. I can't about you today. He took me to a quilt store for my birthday. Aww, hubby did well.
Yay, hubby.
I purchased your new book, Trading Cards 2 and Cake Ruler today. Awesome.
Yay, Gina.
Rianne says, happy birthday, Stacy. Yes, happy birthday, Stacy.
And I think if you end up in Australia, that would be pretty awesome. Can I come?
Yes. We would totally do that.
So fun.
You're one of my travel buddies, so yeah, that'd be fun.
Melbourne, Australia would be awesome because then I can visit my niece. You'd love my niece, Serena. So if you're in Melbourne, Australia, can you please make sure you enter? I would love that. Sydney would be good too, because that's where we live.
Marcia wants to know if I can Dutch right now. Ik kan het een beetje, maar ja, dan moet ik gewoon een hele andere taal spreken. En dat vind ik is ook niet normaal.
Ja, goed zo.
Ja, goed zo, goed gedaan. Ah, meid, ja. Stacey's married to a Dutchman, so she speaks a little bit of Dutch. Yeah.
Goed zo.
Goed zo. Yeah, which is a good job. Goed zo is a good job. So Francis says it'd be wonderful you came to our quilt guild and had a workshop. It would be fun. My original Dutch is my first language, and then English is my second language. But I mostly speak English now, so I feel like my Dutch, I have to access a different part of my brain that doesn't access a lot for the Dutch. So it's a little rusty. If you put me in Holland for a week, it comes back. But yeah, I sometimes have some translation errors and issues. I was having that conversation with someone today because I was messaging someone because I wanted to tell them to enjoy it, but enjoy it that has a meaning in English, but the Dutch kind of word that I wanted to use was geniet ervan, which is it's kind of like enjoy it, but it's more it's closer to savor it. And if I tell you I hope you enjoy it, that's nice, but if I say I hope you savor that moment or savor that experience, that just is a richer thing. So sometimes trying to find the right translation of a word when my brain is feeling it. Yeah. Oh, Sandra says beautiful accent. Thank you. When my family went to Holland earlier this year, my husband and I took the kids to Holland over the summer, and I got the absolute best compliment I've ever gotten on my Dutch ever, and I will continue to share this compliment with people because I just think it's so cool. We were at a restaurant and I was speaking Dutch and English kind of back and forth with the server, and then English with my family, and then Dutch and English with the server because he spoke both. And he said to me, he's like, wow, you don't have a Dutch accent at all when you speak English. Or he said, you speak English without an accent is what it was. And it took me a second to realize my Dutch was good enough that he thought my English should be accented with Dutch, which is, I love that. Yeah. All right. So, okie doke. I'm trying to comments. What's going on? All right, friends. Sandra also says happy birthday. Happy birthday, Stacy. All right, so that's the big announcement. The big announcement is I've hit 90K. We want to get to that 100K. And we want to be able to celebrate that. So at 100K, I'm going to pick someone from that form, and I'm going to arrange with their local quilt shop. And if not, we'll find another way to make it happen to come do some kind of event. I don't know if it'll be it's kind of really up to the quilt shop. I'm not going to dictate hey, I want to come to your shop and I want to do this, what makes sense for that shop, whether it's a big party, whether it's a class, whether it's a lecture, whether it's a trunk show, whether it's a combination, what days that'll be is also going to completely depend on the quilt shop schedule and how we can get that to match up with my schedule. So I can't say it's like, within 30 days of me, like, especially if it's an international trip, that would take a little bit longer to arrange, but sometime then in 2026, yes, in 2026, we would make plans to go there and do a big party. Because that would be fun. And so the way to make it happen, the way to bring me to your quilt shop is, first, be a subscriber. Second, fill out the form. It's in the description. I'm going to add it as a pinned comment as soon as I get off this video. So, be a subscriber. I can't even speak. See, be a subscriber and fill out the form, because YouTube doesn't have an easy way for me to pull from subscribers. So I'm going to be using that form. We will be verifying that the person who is picked actually is a subscriber. And then once you've done those things, tell your friends, tell like all the people who go to your local quilt shop that they need to do that as well. Subscribe and fill out the form. So that way your shop gets more entries. Because I mean, if you as a person are not the one who's picked, but I'm still coming to your quilt shop, that's still a win for you, right? So, the more folks from your favorite local quilt shop who apply, or your town, if your town has multiple quilt shops and you don't care which one of those quilt shops I'm at, like, tell them all. And we'll have a party in 2026. Yep. Could use a conference room to have more space. Oh yeah, like, I mean, it doesn't have to be at the quilt shop, especially for some of the smaller shops. And if you've adopted a favorite online local quilt shop, like, we'll figure it out. We'll make it happen. That part I'm not worried about. And I'm not worried about any of this. This is going to be fun. Like, I had this idea a couple months ago, and I was sharing it with a friend, and she's like, "That's crazy." I'm like, "I know, right? But how fun would that be?" Like, I love hanging out with quilters. I love excuses to hang out with quilters. I mean, this is a fun thing to celebrate. And I think it's fun to involve quilt shops, because I'm such a fan of local quilt shops. I love hanging out at quilt shops. I love visiting quilt shops. I love I'm the biggest supporter of quilt shops. So, getting to involve quilt shops in that way as well, for me, is super, super fun. All right, friends, I am exhausted. I think you can start to hear my voice is starting to fade. I need to wash off my face. I need to take out these contacts. I need to put on some jammies and crawl under the covers and just crash. So, spread the word. Let people know. Subscribe, fill out the form, and maybe sometime soon, I'll be seeing you and not just you seeing me through a screen. So, yay! Yay, yay, yay. Oh, Mama J says she shared the last video with Soft Squares, and that they're not local to you, but they're the place that you buy fabric from. That's great. Like, yeah, adopt a favorite local quilt shop, even if they're not, like, specifically local to you. Absolutely. And that says, have a restful evening. Thank you, Annette. All right. Woo. Okay, I'm exhausted, but I wanted to make sure that, like, we hit that 90K today, and I wanted to today still make this announcement so that you knew. I'm giving a 9 a.m. class tomorrow on teaching folks how to put together a good demo on demonstrating products. So I want to make sure that I'm fresh for that tomorrow. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see how this goes. And I hope y'all are as excited as I am for me to get to travel somewhere and hang out with at least one of you guys in person. All right, friends. That's it for tonight. A very, very exhausted Carolina says that's it for tonight. But I will see you right here real soon, and maybe pretty soon somewhere in person. Bye for now, my friends.